So today, today we're going to talk about unsweepable system. This is inspired by wrestlers, and it contains Elvis, butt-sprawl, and forrest. So I will show you what they mean, and then I'm going to explain a little bit more. So Elvis would be very early reaction, so to speak, and they have like a Marcelo sweep. They do this, go push, and you kind of fall. Good sweep, good setup. But let's say this against this would be you turn, they push, you turn the knee in, yeah, and you hook the arm kind of in armpit, and then that means you can step out, and you can be here, and you're ready. So kind of like Elvis is always kind of like a turning his knees in, kind of like a sprawling also. So butt sprawl would be like if it's tripod, like if there's a tripod. So butt sprawl is this, that I'm sprawling in here, head forward, and then I'm gonna try to get the leg, not this way, that way is better. There's chances I can also lace the legs, and sometimes the ankle is towards my kind of, in my ankle, so it's a little bit harder. Sometimes they do a tripod and a knee bend, so it's easy to grab. If they have a grip, like on a gi or stuff, because I have to be forward, and now it's a fight who's getting on top. And this really, and now if they win, they can lift the leg, but also I can here change arms and everything and push them back, and so it's a fighting about the top leg. So who gets that leg, so to speak? If I get it, and then if I do this, they can change, and it's kind of like a footsie, kind of very good for leg locks and everything else. But it comes with a knowledge of wrestling. Higher man wins, the rule. And the forrest would be the same tripod, let's say, and then they will sweep, and I basically just fall. And now I just run. I turn away, land on my elbow, don't kick anybody in the head, and you run. It's kind of like in wrestling, they call it kick out or something. They just run away. We call it forrest, like it's forrest because it's run, forrest, run. Yeah, it's a very old joke, so to speak. And the butt sprawl, basically sprawl is this, yeah, and so butt sprawl is like you falling here. It's named by Thomas Lacour, my Danish friend, and Elvis is Elvis. If Elvis did something with guitar, he pushed the knees in, and so that's why we called it. And why we did that system, or not invented, but just it's observational stuff. I like NCAA wrestling, and then I see what they do there. So it's a lot of it is wrestling inspired. And why we do this is you can't get really good at sweeps if you sweep people that right away fall. So you should have people that fight for a sweep. And if you don't teach them the system, like early, late, and middle, and so they just fall, and you will have a wrong self-confidence about how good you are with sweeps. And then you meet the wrestler, and then you understand, oh, that's the guy you have to sweep. In competition, you see that a lot. That jiu-jitsu starts, but wrestling finishes the sweeps. It becomes like a takedown match. So, and it bothered me for a while that there wasn't like a systematic answer, like for sweeps. You see random things in YouTube, and maybe somebody has a system, but it's not online, and haven't seen that anybody talks systematically about defending them. So we kind of started to play with the idea. So it's always under construction. But I think during the YouTube channel, during these videos and stuff, in some point we will actually talk about specifically for certain things, how to defend, and what is a butt sprawl exactly, and what is Elvis, and so people get more ideas and can ask more questions and look for wrestling and look what NCAA guys do. So this was more like an idea video. It's not so much about technique. So I hope you liked it, and in future videos we will talk about it definitely more.